We have arrived to Tuesday here at Crain & Company. To my left, 6'7", former Michigan quarterback David Cohn, not the pitcher. He's better than that guy. And to my right, former Western State Colorado wide receiver Blaine Crain. We got another jam-packed show for you today as we discuss where Myles Garrett and Cooper Kupp should end up at. We give you our top college football plays of the past year, and we help you win some money in deciding which Super Bowl bets are the best out there. All right, Blaine, tell the people about the chat, the poll, and all the fun things.
What's up, Chad? Hit that like, hit that subscribe button. If you donate, it's on topic. It will get read. All donations will get read at the end of the show. We're going to have multiple polls today, and some polls you get to decide the winner. So choose wisely. Coney, talk to me.
Look, if you want to call into Crain & Company, you can do so this Friday on the Hot Take Hotline, 1-855-236-3228 this Friday. Call in.
God, you got a great memory. It's a great day to have a great day here on Crain & Company. Cleveland Browns superstar defensive end Myles Garrett has asked to be traded due to his desire to win a Super Bowl, and I don't blame him. And I also believe that's the main reason. I don't think this is a play to leverage more money out of the Browns, which he deserves, but he's almost 30, and eventually the window, being as elite as he is, well, it closes. Now, the Browns have said they won't do it, but I think they should. They need to flip this roster. You already shipped off Amari Cooper, and they need to go younger. You're still going to owe Deshaun Watson $45 million each year for the next 2 years, and this team isn't winning anything significant for a while. So if I were the Browns and they were to trade him, who would they be willing to give him up to, and would they want 2 first-round picks and money for him? Now, while there are many teams that need him, like the Redskins, the Lions, and the Falcons, this is the time for the Buffalo Bills to go all in. Von Miller was supposed to be your Batman on defense. But if we're being honest, he's barely Robin right now. And you haven't equipped Josh Allen with a defense good enough to help him win a Super Bowl. And Myles Garrett is still a dominant force in the league. Buffalo's window is now, and mortgaging some future picks and finding a way to not beat the cap to death is worth it. Not having to give up any major pieces for him would also be a huge bonus, and Garrett could get you over the hump and maybe get Patrick Mahomes on the ground. I mean, hell, at this point, I think most Buffalonians would throw in the inventor of the Buffalo wing trademark as well to get him. Now, we have begged the Bills to supplement the roster, and the time is nigh if Cleveland is willing. Speaking of willing, we're definitely willing to give you a Super Bowl live stream this Sunday at Mission Cigar and Social. Make sure you join us for that. Going to be a lot of fun, bets, good times, and what we're hoping is a good game. David Cohn, you know, this was really hot news yesterday, still today. We thought maybe the best way to go about this would be to role play a little bit. Maybe pull a little bit of a Kevin Costner from Draft Day. Maybe assume you are a GM for each team.
Yeah.
All right, so which team will you be the GM of?
You're talking about the time is now for the Bills? The time is now for the Lions.
Okay.
Which time? I'm going to be Lions general manager Brad Holmes.
And I am going to be the GM of the Buffalo Bills like I should be. And Blaine, who are you going to be?
Be the GM of the Browns.
You're going to be the...
How much are you willing to give up?
Yeah. So we're going to play this out, kind of how the phone calls are really going behind the scenes. So bear with us. I don't know what's going to happen over the next few minutes. Coney, as the Lions GM, make your call, son.
Siri, get Browns GM Andrew Berry on the phone. Let's see what this moron will agree to. Hey, I heard Myles wants out.
Who's this?
It's Brad.
Brad from where?
Brad Holmes. We went to the playoffs.
Lions. Oh, yeah, great season. Y'all really blew it against Commanders, but please continue. What's up?
I heard Myles wants out. He was saying something about citing a desire to win. What's it going to take?
Yeah, it doesn't really matter what Myles wants. It matters what I want.
What do you want? What do you want, Andrew?
I want it all. I mean, what are you willing to give? I mean, right now, to be honest, I'm looking at the roster, and a lot of things upset me, but a lot of things excite me at the same time. I'm thinking 2 first-rounders. I think let's start there. I mean, if you're saying no to that, why are we on this phone? Like, I'll never understand. 2 first-rounders, and I'm thinking, 1 first-rounder, a second rounder, and let me get the Sun God. What's your thoughts?
We're not really shopping Amon-Ra St. Brown right now, but picks. We are interested in the picks. All right, so you said 2 first-rounders. Look, Myles Garrett, I know he's reigning Defensive Player of the Year. He's still older than Tyreek was when the Chiefs traded him to the Dolphins. And the Chiefs in return got a first, a second, a fourth, a fifth, and a sixth. So how about that? What if we match the Tyreek Hill trade? 2025 first and fourth, a 2026 second and fifth, a 2027 sixth-round pick.
Craig, you should see what this idiot's saying to me right now. I don't even know why I'm on the phone with him. I'm just having fun. No. We're not doing that. What if I throw this at you? All right. 2 first-rounders. All right. 2 first-rounders. You know, let me get Knuckles. Let me get David Montgomery. You can keep Jahmyr Gibbs. You can keep the flash. You can keep the speed. You know, we need a little grit at the running back position. Let me get Knuckles on this roster.
2025 first, 2027 first, and David Montgomery. We skip 2026.
Craig, he's talking a little better now. A little better now. Actually, I have to go. Let me think about this for a little bit. Then I have to come back to it.
Okay.
All right. What's your name again? What was it? I don't care. All right.
I'm Brad.
Okay. All right. Cool. Go ahead and whip this out.
Oh.
Hey.
I was wondering when you'd call.
Look, how you been, man? You won't believe who I was just on the phone with.
Really? Who was that?
Some guy named Brad in Detroit.
Oh, yeah. You don't. I don't speak to him anymore. Not after the last reunion.
Just whatever he offered me wasn't even close. But you're the guy I want to talk to. All right. First, let me go ahead and throw this out there to see how you feel about it.
Hold on.
If you don't like it, throw it back out.
Here's the deal. You can touch everything but Josh.
Wait.
You can have the whole kitchen except the refrigerator. So throw what we're willing to make a deal here. All right. I want to make a deal here. Literally, there are the people in the Buffalo Village are storming the gates with pitchforks and torches right now, and not just because it's cold. So give me, what are you thinking?
What about, and I know this might be a little bit out of left field here, straight up trade Myles Garrett, Josh Allen. It's on the table, and it's ready, and it's willing.
Look, you got my feet taped to the bicycle on this one. I'm not sending you Josh Allen. So how about this? I am willing because I like you.
Okay.
I've always liked you.
Okay, good.
All right, I think me and you have always had good rapport, and we got to both look good in this.
Okay.
How about this? I give you a first rounder this year. I give you a first rounder in 2026.
Okay.
And we throw some money your way.
No, I don't want the money. I need a piece.
You need a piece.
I need a piece of the pie here.
You need a piece.
All right, the 2 first
Dalton
rounders?
Kincaid's pissed about dropping the ball. He may have the best year of his career.
I don't want to get another guy who drops important passes. We have Jerry Jeudy. Don't worry about that. All right. What about 2 first rounders? You know, I'm always get excited about an exciting white. All right, you got an exciting white I like, and his name's Matt Milano. What's your thoughts?
It's my second favorite Milano behind Alyssa. Well, at least it used to be. 2 first rounders and Matt Milano for Myles Garrett.
And a 4th round.
No. There's no add-on. No.
Hold on.
This isn't a never-ending story. You can't keep going. Here's the deal.
You're safe here.
No, I know I'm safe. At least for another year until we lose in the playoffs again. Here's what I'll say, and then I'm going to hang on and let you think about it.
Okay.
2 first rounders, okay, and Matt Milano, no extra money. Do we got a deal?
2 first rounders.
Open the box. What does it say?
2 first rounders, Matt Milano, and Gabe Davis.
No, you're not. Okay, let me think about it.
Okay, all right. Good
talk.
talk.
Think about it. That's how we think it would go.
Back. That was hilarious.
That's how we think it would go. 100%.
What about a 2025 first rounder?
Okay. Is this Brad?
Yeah, this is Brad.
Oh.
2026 second rounder.
I already hate it.
I throw in quarterback Hendon Hooker. You need
Who?
You need some quarterback. And Ben Johnson left one of his old playbooks here. I'll throw that in as well.
Okay, I like the way you ended that. I hated the middle of it.
I hated all of it before that.
2 first rounders. All right. Let me get. Look, 1 first rounder, a 3rd rounder, and the Sun God.
No.
That's fair.
No.
That's fair, Brad. That's why no one can take y'all serious, and then y'all blow it in the playoffs. All right. Can't even win a game. How many games don't win the regular season?
You should just do the Bills deal.
Disgusting.
What about Cooper Kupp? Are you the GM for Cooper Kupp?
I would love to be the GM.
I mean, if to me it's the Chiefs. It makes too much sense.
What would you give up for Cooper Kupp if you're the Chiefs?
If I was the Chiefs for Cooper, Because I know Hop's at the end of his career. They're not going to do a trade there. They're trying to go younger in LA. Obviously, Puka Nakua's there. I'd be willing to give up picks. I'd be willing to give up a second round, and I would, maybe have a conversation about a DB. Not McDuffie. Don't get it twisted there. But I think he's worth a second round pick and a decent piece. That's what I would give if I was Kansas City.
So basically, a second round pick. All right. And let me get Karlaftis.
You're not getting
Karlaftis?
I'm not trading one exciting white for
it's
another.
Cooper Kupp.
How about this? I'm Jim Harbaugh at the Chargers.
See, that
I'm calling over.
Too.
I'm Jim Harbaugh at the Chargers. I'm calling over. Here's the thing. We really like, if anybody likes an exciting white to add to the repertoire, it's me, Ladd McConkey. You see what he did? Him and Cooper Kupp together, no telling what could happen. But Cooper hasn't topped 1,000 yards since 2021, missed 18 games since the Super Bowl. I'll give you a 2025 fourth and a 2026 sixth rounder.
How about you never call this phone?
And you know what? We'll pay.
You didn't
let me finish. I'll pay for all of Cooper Kupp's moving services since he's staying in L.A.
There's a nice little
since he's staying in L.A.
If the first two weren't so terrible, I could go for this, but it's just what? It's Cooper Kupp.
He hadn't hit 1,000 yards in 4 seasons.
But he's had over 700.
You're offloading.
He's had over 700 yards in the last 3.
You're getting rid of him for a reason.
It's because he's a little bit old and he's always hurt, but he still has 7. Okay, and we have Puka. All right? We have the gentle Samoan. Those are hard to find. Okay? Cooper.
I'll give you a third rounder.
Let me get 2 seconds.
Nah.
Oh, that's the line? Yeah, whatever.
That is.
Suck.
All right, let's get to the chat.
All right, chat. Remember, hit this like, hit that subscribe button if you donate. It's on topic. It will get read. We're going to start with a $5 donation from Jeff Fisher's brother.
Oh, wow.
Appreciate it, man.
Harambe.
He said, guys, I like both of the teams that y'all went for Myles Garrett, but I really think he'd be a great fit for the Falcons.
I have heard, because remember, I believe Kirk Cousins has a no-trade clause, but possibly he could waive it if he still wants to play. It seems like Michael Penix Jr. is going to be the guy there. Could there be a way for the Falcons and Browns to do a deal where the Browns get Kirk Cousins? Because the Deshaun Watson experiment, I think we could go ahead and just shovel that one under, even though he's going to get paid $45 million each year, whether he plays or not. I think Kirk Cousins going up to Cleveland as they try and rebuild this thing in the latter end of his career would be a decent move. I mean, y'all brought up Washington too. It makes sense for Washington, and if you're Myles, I mean, hell, they just made an NFC Championship game. The offense looks set for a long time under Jaden Daniels. They got a lot of momentum, but I just don't know how, if you're the Bills, you can look your fan base in the eye and at least without just trying to add this piece. Because again, you talk about, you're a couple steps from getting over that hump. I mean, Myles Garrett, say what you want. Yeah, he's 29. He's almost 30, as I brought up. And some people said he had a down year this year. Look at his numbers. If that's a down year, good God knows what an up year is. So, I mean, I've heard multiple teams, but I keep coming back to the Lions and the Bills, and I think that'd be somewhere where maybe Myles would take a little bit less money to go there to have a chance to win a Super Bowl. But you know what I like the most about it? It's the exact opposite of what Cam Newton said. He said, I didn't plan from going to Cleveland to Canton when I was growing up dreaming. I was dreaming about winning a Super Bowl. I really like the way that Myles Garrett has handled this, to be honest.
All right, let's go to a $5 donation from the Peace 12. It says, I know Myles Garrett, you said to the Bills, Jake, but I think they're missing that secret.
Yeah, but they're also missing basically a whole defense. Not that they're the worst, but the offense is not the problem for Buffalo. I mean, I like James Cook. We can go around. Even Matt Collins played well, right, in the playoffs. It's the defense, and that's a huge weapon for a quarterback. We get lost in the fact that sometimes we don't think about having a great defense is a nice weapon for a quarterback. I just think if you're Buffalo, man, you need help on the defensive side more than you're going to get old-ass Cooper Kupp. That's the answer to beat the Chiefs? I know you're out there fighting for him, but, I mean, it is what it is. What did the poll say?
All right, the poll is, should the Browns trade Myles Garrett, yes or no? Yes, coming in at 72%.
Yeah. Sounds right.
28.
Well, I tell you what's 100%, and that's me enjoying great coffee. That's why I only drink Black Rifle. And if you think another coffee company is better, well, congrats. You're wrong. It's not just the array of dark roasts, light roasts, everything in between. They got espresso that Cone drinks in the morning and just runs around the house and screams with his shirt off like Tarzan in a good way. But also, a portion of every purchase you make with Black Rifle Coffee goes towards supporting veteran and first responder causes. Your money goes a long way toward giving back to those who serve our nation. And by the way, not only is the coffee really good, the names are awesome as well. Silencer Smooth, Power Llama, Gunship. I mean, they get funky with it, and I like that. So head to blackriflecoffee.com now. Use our code DailyWire, all one word, for 20% off of America's coffee. That is blackriflecoffee.com with code DailyWire. David Cohn, which blend are you drinking right now?
I am drinking Silencer Smooth right now.
You can never even hear it.
Smooth.
But you can always taste it. That's what I love. All right, you can feel it deep inside. All right, let's move on.
All right, boys, punt or go. This is our debate segment. We're going to make a statement. The other guys can affirm that statement by going for the prompt, or they can reject it by punting it. We got 60 seconds uninterrupted. We're going to start with baseball. After a lengthy appeals process, Major League Baseball has fired umpire Pat Hoiberg for sharing legal sports betting accounts with a friend who bet on baseball and for intentionally deleting text messages key to the investigation. All right, MLB said Hoiberg admittedly that he denied betting on baseball directly or indirectly, and Rob Manfred says, and that's the commissioner, said there's no evidence that Hoiberg directly bet on games or manipulated the outcome of any games, and yet he's still fired. So the statement is Major League Baseball is covering up for this cheating umpire Hoiberg. Punt or go?
Oh, I'm going on this 100%. It's a cover-up. You just said it. If he did nothing wrong, he went to the appeals press, why did you fire him? But Rob Manfred, this is one of the few smart things I think Rob Manfred has done. Because you can't come out and say, oh boy was betting on games and he was causing the, problems in the league because it makes the whole league look bad. Because if this guy, who I believe was ranked in the top of calling balls and strikes accurately, if one of your best is doing this, God knows what your worst is doing. And we saw what happened with Tim Tonaghy in the NBA. If one ref is a bad apple, we assume that they're all a bad apple. So Rob Manfred is having to run cover. Now, if you would have came out and said, hey, how much would he have loved to be able to say, guys, we went through the appeals process, we looked at his phone, we looked at the intelligence, he did nothing wrong. He did nothing wrong. He's going to be back there doing his job the best way he can possibly do it. We are clean. But that's not what happened. He deleted text messages. Oh, boy, was doing something. But you can't come out and say it because perception, David Cohn, you beautiful man, is reality.
Do you want this one, or am I supposed to take this one?
Let me kick this.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
I feel like you're passionate about this. So, David, mountain of a man, is the MLB covering for this?
Man, it's really hard to disagree with you on this one. I will say, though, if you punt this, you could at least say that he is regarded as the best ball and strike umpire in Major League Baseball. That's some pretty clear evidence that you're doing your job well. Is he manipulating safe and out calls at home plate? Like, I don't know. How would you cheat and still be regarded as the best ball and strike umpire? But I love the movie L.A. Confidential. And, in that movie, there's always this situation with there's a Guy Pearce's character where he's always figuring out a way to cover up for the police department, even though there's wrongdoing. It sort of feels like that situation. Is this an L.A. Confidential situation for Major League Baseball where, we've got to fire you, but let's at least not admit widespread rampant cheating or we can't air our betting commercials?
Yeah, we're just going to say you have a drug problem. That's what we're going to say to cover it up. Now, to me, unless you were perfect calling balls and strikes, which nobody's going to be, then there is some room for thought of what is he manipulating? But here's the thing. If you're going to bet, there's an easy way to do it and not get caught. It's pretty simple. I hate to just lay out the platform for how to get away with it. You have a buddy. The buddy wants to bet on baseball. You want to make money helping your buddy bet on baseball, but you don't want to get caught. You know what you don't do? You don't talk on the phone. You don't text. You meet in person. Maybe you go to the bar to have a drink. They're not going to bug the bar. Tell them, hey, I got to call the Angels game tomorrow. All right? Let's say the over-under's on 2.5 walks. I can get you that third walk. You could never prove it. But these idiots, it's just like, who was it, Jamison Williams, or that one NFL player that was betting and he used his own email address on DraftKings? It was like, hi, I'm Jamison Williams. No, it's really me at yahoo.com. Y'all are going about this the total wrong way. Let me help you.
Who's sharing a betting account? What two grown men who's an MLB ump and just another guy are sharing a betting account?
I don't know, but why would you even share it? Why would you share it? Why don't you just let me tell you?
Yeah, I'm your friend. Don't you have your own account?
I would share it with you if you wanted it.
Yeah.
I don't know. Really, it's kind of weird. It is kind of weird.
It's kind of strange.
Yeah. All right, next one up. Is this Travis Kelce?
Yes, big one here, guys. Super Bowl obviously coming up. Travis Kelce, a man of many different capabilities, not only football. He's coming out with some of his remarks lately, and I'm going to start with you, Coney, on this. Travis Kelce will retire after this Super Bowl. Punt or go?
I will punt this. Look, depending on if you want to take Travis Kelce at his word at the press conference this week at the Super Bowl is up to you. But I'll punt if they lose the Super Bowl. I don't think Travis Kelce, after winning back-to-back Super Bowls, and then if they lose this Sunday, would retire with Patrick Mahomes still in his prime, Andy Reid calling plays, and with all the things he said at the presser this week about still being at the top of his game. If they win the Super Bowl, though, that's where I'll go for it. Three-peat. 3 in a row, no one's ever done it. I think he says bye-bye. I think he goes off to make a life with Taylor Swift or whatever he's got going on the podcast with his brother. There's no way you can't walk away from the game if you're him after winning 3 straight Super Bowls.
Did you just officially run the first fake punt on Punt or Go? Is that what you just did? I mean, look, I respect it. I love it.
Sometimes you got to call the fake.
I've run a ton of fake punts in my day. I respect it.
Hey, with the little arrow screen coming down with the gunner.
I like it. We'll work on it.
First down.
Pre-snap motion. I like that. All right, Jay, Travis Kelce will retire after this Super Bowl. Are you punting? Or are you going?
No, I'm going. I think this is it, regardless if they win or lose. I mean, Travis has been showing you the signs. I mean, he's rocking a podcast. He's joining Taylor on tour. I think he may start a boy band with him and his brother and call them the Cheagles. And I don't know, maybe me. I could sing a little bit, at the end of the day, if they wanted that. But yeah, I think, we've heard him talk about his body and just how beat up he is. He's one of the greatest tight ends of all time. You've won a lot of Super Bowls. Adding another one would be great. What a great send-off. The Peyton Manning send-off. What is it? John Elway send-off. Win it and get out of here. I just think he's done. And I think he's going to have a ton of opportunities. Are some of them linked to Taylor Swift? Yes, but, his brother's retired too. At the end of the day, they can just hang out, do God knows what, like the Gronkowski brothers do now. I think this is it for Travis.
All right, last one up here, boys. Let's talk a little Oklahoma football. It sounds like head coach Brent Venables, who, remember, was the defensive coordinator at Clemson for the generational run they had. Brent Venables is going to call the defense this season for Oklahoma, and I'm saying that is a bad move, punt or go.
I'm going to punt on it being a bad move. I've never understood why when you get to the top of your career and get this big job, when you were a coordinator, whether it was offensive or defensive, and you called plays, why you would give that up. Now, I know being a head coach is different than being a coordinator, but there are ways for you to be involved on both sides of the ball and root for both sides of the ball and still be a play caller on game day. It's just like, to me, if I was a chef, and I built my career up and got to open my own restaurant because I make the best chicken pot pie in town. Well, the first time that the people from the Michelin come over, I'm going to be making the chicken pot pie. You best believe that. So I like that Brent's calling it. I think he can balance it both ways. And you just hired Arbuckle from Washington State. He's running the offense. Not only did you get him from Washington State, you got Johnny Mateer, too, who I think was the best quarterback in the portal. So I think Brent Venables getting back to what got him there, dancing with the one that brought him. We love it when offensive coaches do it, and then we get all upset when they give it up and then do the Gus Malzahn and go back and forth, or what Hugh Freeze is doing, going back and forth. Man, dance with the one that brought you and make it your best move. That's what I think.
Brent Venables as the head coach calling the defense. You like that or no?
No, I don't. I don't think it's a bad thing, but I don't think it's a great thing. I mean, was the defense a problem for Oklahoma last year? No, it wasn't. I mean, you're top 30 in the nation in defense. And if you're going to go this route, I know you brought in a new quarterback. I know you brought in a new offensive coordinator, but being the defensive coordinator will take you away from other things. Like you're not going to be as invested in the offense. And you can only look, I know you're a head coach, and Brent Venables, he's probably a 24/7 get after type of guy. But at the end of the day, this guy's human. And if you will wear thin to somewhat if you try to put yourself too much on one side of the football. If anything needs to get fixed when it comes to Oklahoma, it's the offensive side. So I know you're a defensive guy, but Nick Saban was a defensive guy. There's a lot of CEO head coaches. You're a great D coordinator, and I know that, but Brent, it's time to be a great head football coach, and to do that, you can't only focus on the defense. So I'm worried that if he is that invested in the defense, which wasn't the problem last year, it's going to take him away from the offense and wear him thin, where the most attention that's needed is on the offensive side of the ball. You're ranked 97th in the nation in most every category.
I think what most people need to understand, it's not just about calling the defense on game day, right? Like, hey, line up in a 4-down and blitz on this play. Yeah. It's game planning all week long, right?
It is, because obviously you have to be as in tune with what's going on with the other team as opposed to the general 30,000-foot view. So it will take some time away. But let's not forget the circumstance of how we got here, all right? Brent Venables, we know what happened to the coordinators, right? What ended up happening. Zach Alley comes over from Jacksonville State. Then Rich Rod gets the job at West Virginia. Zach Alley was with Rich Rod at Jacksonville State, ends up going to West Virginia with him. Now, they brought in a former DC from Arkansas State. They brought in Wes Goodwin from Clemson. So it's not like you don't have any help. But at the end of the day, defensively too, and I want to say this and be kind of tiptoe it, I don't think it's as hard to call plays defensively as it is offensively, because defensively it is reactionary. I am having to react to what the offense is giving me from a personnel standpoint, from a formation standpoint, from a motion into a new formation, whether that's empty, we get into our empty checks or whatever. So not that it's easy, right? But I do think Brent, and maybe he had a little bit too much to do with the offense last year with Latrell. We can talk about that. I've talked with Parker Thune about that a little bit. Maybe he's going to let Arbuckle do his thing with his offense. That's why he brought him in from Washington State and his quarterback. So I think this is a good thing, because I think Brent does understand, hey, I can't just sit here and be all defensive. I got to root for the offense to be good. But you want to know how to make the offense good? Make the defense so damn good in practice. The offense has no choice to be good. And I think Venables can do that.
So on defense, y'all do more than just clap your hands and say run fast and tackle?
Well, now we don't tell every position group what to do like you guys on offense when you call plays. That's what
guilty.
It helps us.
Okay. Guilty. Yeah. We got to tell Blaine exactly what to do on his route.
Yeah.
Listen, the length of play calls on offense is stuff of legend. All right, let's get to the chat.
All right, let's go to a $5 donation from the Sour Spot. Appreciate it, man. He says, guys, you're acting like it's up to Travis Kelce when he retires. It's up to one person only, and that is Taylor Swift.
Well, I think Taylor, again, I don't know their relationship personally.
You don't?
I mean, it's probably an intriguing group to hang out with. But I think Travis has gotten to the point now, and he's kind of hinted at it. He said, I'll retire when I want to, and I want to be a Kansas City Chief and all that. But he always hints at, I've always thought about what happens after football and this, that, and the other. When people start talking like that, I just tend to believe there's kind of an ulterior motive. And look, you're dating Taylor Swift, dog. Go out and just be the guy that dates Taylor Swift and do your podcasts and do commercials and be in movies. More power to you. Hang out with your brother. Your families can hang out. It's the Goodwill Hunting situation. We just hang out and our kids can play Little League together and all type of stuff.
Is she going to be like the wife in Any Given Sunday, where she's like, no, you're a football player. I'm not letting you retire. You could win the Super Bowl 9 years in a row.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Every year I've been here,
I don't know her
won the
personally.
Super Bowl.
Let's go to a $1.99 donation from Sooner Rather Than Later. I can't talk. He says, I don't know why Brent Venables is doing this. It just seems unnecessary to me. The defense was pretty good last year, and we're getting a lot of personnel back.
You are, but think about some of the personnel you're not getting back, right, with Stutzman and some of these other guys. But, again, is it the greatest thing in the world? Do you want to have to go from not calling plays to calling plays on offense or defense? No, but I again, having had to come up with defensive game plans and call defense during the game, I do think there is less on you than it is offensively. So is it the best case scenario for Oklahoma? No, but the best case scenario, Zach Alley wasn't leaving and going to West Virginia. It's kind of like, what happened. Ryan Grubb gets fired from the Seahawks. And now all of a sudden, Kalen DeBoer's like, we got a chance to hire Ryan Grubb as our OC. Nick Sheridan didn't do a terrible job. He was supposed to be, the tight ends coach or whatever when Ryan Grubb was supposedly coming to Bama. But sometimes circumstances, and most times circumstances, dictate results.
All right, quickly, a $2 donation from Home Alone. He says, how is Angel Hernandez not fired? But we're talking about this guy.
That is so funny you said that. In the pre-show when we were talking about this, I was like, I want to see Angel Hernandez's phone. Because if the guy who's grading out at the top is doing this, Angel Hernandez has robbed a million.
What if that's the friend? What if that's the friend he's talking
about? Angel Hernandez is the friend? He's retired now? No, God knows what Angel Hernandez has done in those games. That would be the only explanation for why he was so bad. But I'm done talking about stuff that's bad. I want to talk about stuff that's good. You know what I love? I love having some everyday earbuds that aren't overpriced, that don't have those wires, that don't fall out when you're running, that I don't know, have an incredible battery life, like 32 hours, but even 10 minutes of charge gives you 90 minutes of playback. You can get whatever color you want as well, and that's what our friends over at Raycon have. These earbuds are your ideal companion from everything to workouts to work calls with superior audio that follows you everywhere for half the cost of other premium brands. Again, I try and get out and jog every morning. I use these things. I'm done with the others, with the ones you put over your head, right? The ones with the wires. I'm absolutely done with them. So if you want great price earbuds too, they're not overpriced like all the other ones, go to buyraycon.com/booster to get up to 20% off site-wide. That's right. You'll get 20% off everything on Raycon's website, including 20% off all headphones too, when you go to BUY RAYCON.com/booster. That's buyraycon.com/booster. All right, guys. What do we got next, David?
All right, boys, the Super Bowl is this Sunday, and we're going to be live streaming it from Mission Cigar. Make sure you tune into that. It'll be everywhere. YouTube, Daily Wire Plus, X, all the good stuff. So I got some Super Bowl bets here, a dozen Super Bowl bets, and I paired them up against each other, and I want you guys to tell me which is the best bet. All right, first one up here. Eagles money line, you can get it plus money right now, plus 100. Or Xavier Worthy anytime touchdown plus 165. Which bet you like better?
God, I'm just because I believe in the Chiefs so much and what they do with Xavier Worthy in the red zone. Give me a Xavier Worthy anytime touchdown, because if you watch the Chiefs and what has really, I think, given them a boost offensively, because they don't have the weapons that they've had in the past, and it feels like Xavier Worthy is kind of their gadget guy, because they got Hollywood Brown too, and they'll put both of them out on the field at the same time. But in the red zone, the way he's able to beat you to the pylon, what Andy Reid does with him from a motion standpoint, I think may not be the first quarter, may not be the second quarter, may not be the third quarter, but when it comes down to crunch time in the red zone, Xavier Worthy's a guy that they're going to target. He'll at least get a couple opportunities, and when it comes to bets, just give me some opportunities for it to hit. That's all I can ask.
Which one you like?
Give me the Eagles money line. I think the way the Eagles are built, they're built to beat the Chiefs, and that's up front on both sides of the ball. Really good front seven. Their offensive line is one of the best in the NFL, and you have the best running back in the NFL in Saquon Barkley. So there's a reason this game's minus 1.5 right now, the spread is. So give me the Eagles money line.
All right, next one up here. Saquon Barkley, first touchdown score, plus 450, or A.J. Brown has 120 or more receiving yards, plus 492.
What are the numbers on Saquon again?
Plus 450.
I've got to go with Saquon here. The only reason I have a little bit of pause for it is because everybody in the world is thinking that. When the Eagles get inside the 5-yard line, right, outside of the 1 or the 2 where Jalen Hurts gets pushed in, and that's what would give me a little bit of pause. But I've got to go with Saquon on this. Even if the Chiefs know he's getting the ball, they could have 12 guys out there and Saquon can still find a way. Now, I'll bring up what I just said. I am worried if they get inside the 1-yard line. That's why if you're going to bet Saquon first touchdown, I would bet Jalen Hurts first touchdown too, because one of those two are going to score it when they get inside the 5-yard line.
What was it? Go ahead.
No, what
was the yardage for A.J. Brown again?
120 or more receiving yards, and the odds are plus 492.
I would go with the A.J. Brown because I can just see Jalen Hurts doing the touch push to get the first touchdown. Yeah. Like, if they're anywhere inside the 3 or 4 yard line, if there's a pass interference in the end zone and they put him there, it's going to be the tush push 3 plays in a row. Saquon have to score a little bit out to do that, and it's hard to break big runs against the Chiefs, especially with their safety play. So that's one reason I would go with AJ. And look, McDuffie's their piece on defense now.
Is he going to follow AJ?
Is he going to follow the AJ? AJ, I don't know. I mean, I don't know the answer to that question. Would I be surprised either way? No, but if he doesn't, AJ could have a big day.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right, next one up here. Chiefs, first drive touchdown at plus 195, or Eagles, total team points over 27.5, plus 170.
What do you think? You go first, Mike.
What were the odds for the first one again?
Chiefs score a touchdown on their very first drive, plus 195. Or TTP over for the Eagles, 27.5.
I really like both these bets.
Yeah.
I mean, I really like both these bets because I like the over in the football game. Last time I saw it was sitting at 48.5. But I'm going to go the Chiefs score a touchdown on their first drive because I trust Andy Reid when he's on script.
God, that's exactly what I was going to say.
Like that?
Yeah.
I just trust Andy Reid. He's on script. He's one of the best in the business to do it.
Yeah, but if you're going to get the Chiefs, man, or get the Eagles on defense, on script, I mean, again, you know, we saw Washington, and I know Washington went for a couple fourth downs on that first drive and got it, but being on script,
Chiefs might too.
They might too. When you've cooked it up, you know, for 2 weeks with what Andy could do, I don't know. Maybe Chiefs' first touchdown drive, Xavier Worthy on some type of wheel route, or they give him some kind of misdirection. And I'm just wondering too on that point. How many of the misdirection plays that you've seen given to Xavier Worthy, you know, when they'll fake the handoff and give him like the shovel pass, or they'll run like a fake reverse and get him the ball, what built off of that do the Chiefs have going into this game? Because you know the Eagles have watched every one of those gadget plays, and when they smell a rat, they're going to point it out. Does Xavier Worthy become the decoy there? I don't know.
What TTP do you like for the Eagles?
That I would feel comfortable betting on. I would say 23.5.
That's exactly what I think. All right, 3 more here. Dallas Goedert for the Eagles leads the game in receptions. That's plus 700. A lot of value there. Or Kareem Hunt has 2 rushing touchdowns. Actually, it doesn't even need to be rushing. Just two total touchdowns, plus 950. Dallas Goedert leads the game in receptions, plus 700, or Kareem Hunt, 2 TDs, plus 950.
I'm going to go with Dallas Goedert. I mean, he had 7 catches last game. All right, we know the way the Eagles can kind of play when it slows down a little bit. Maybe, they're bracketing AJ or McDuffie's on AJ and he's able to have success. Devontae scares me, but it's funny you bring up the Dallas Goedert one because one of my favorite bets going into this game, Coney, just to add one to yours, is that Dallas Goedert, at least 1 catch in each quarter is plus 450.
Wow.
I think that is a fantastic bet for this game because he is Jalen Hurts' security blanket, and they do run a lot of stuff to him. So I would not be shocked if you look up there when everybody's talking about Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift and all this stuff, if Dallas Goedert isn't the tight end that has a bigger day. I like
Which one do you like?
I really like the Kareem Hunt bet. I really do. I mean, if Andy Reid does such a phenomenal job of finding different ways to get Kareem Hunt the ball in the first place, and this design runs he has in the red zone with Kareem Hunt. I mean, I think it's elite, and I think the Chiefs are really good against tight ends. They've been really good against tight ends all year, and I know the weapons in Devontae Smith and A.J. Brown, and hell, even Saquon out of the backfield is what you have. But I think the Eagles know that Jalen Hurts' safety piece when it comes to all that is Dallas Goedert. So I think that they would take him away, and I wouldn't be surprised to see Kareem Hunt score a couple touchdowns, which I think is going to be a high-scoring game.
Well, and to that point, though, with Dallas Goedert, notice the amount of quick screens that Dallas gets, too. They'll spit it out. I mean, that's a catch. I mean, that's a free catch. So it's I don't think either bet is bad. I mean, Kareem is their version of the tush-push when they get inside the 2. But the Eagles know that. I know that. God knows that. It's we'll see with Kareem.
All right, 2 more here. Total points for the game under 49.5 at minus 125. So that's bought down a point, or that's bought up a point. Yeah, so a little bit less value, but a little bit safer play. Or over 2.5 rushing yards or 2.5 rushing touchdowns for the full game. So 3 rushing TDs, both teams combined, same odds, minus 125.
Oh, I'm taking the rushing touchdowns. 100%. I mean, we talked about Jalen Hurts. Even the tush push is a rushing touchdown. We talk about Saquon Barkley. I mean, hell, even Patrick Mahomes ran for a couple touchdowns in the AFC Championship game. I don't see that happening again, but I think we're going to get at least 3. I think you're going to get at least 2 from the Eagles and 1 from the Chiefs. Not that the under's a bad bet. He likes the over. I like the under in this game, especially if you buy it up to 49.5.
Okay.
Like he's saying. But the 3 rushing touchdowns, the 3+, I'll take that all day with the same odds.
What comfortable over-under would you like? What's your number?
My number?
48.5.
Where I would take the over. I would say my number would be
0.5.
No, I would take the under all the way down to 45.5.
Okay.
All the way down to 45.
Okay. We'll see.
24,
Remember, this
21.
was 38-35 last time they met in the Super Bowl. We'll see. All right, last one here. What's a better bet? And this is a 3-leg parlay, same-game parlay for the first half of this, okay? Mahomes leads the game in passing yards. Travis Kelce leads the game in receiving yards. And Saquon for Philly leads the game in rushing yards. Plus 500 right now. 3-leg, same-game parlay. Or Devontae Smith leads the game in receiving yards, all by himself, plus 600.
I've got to go with the 1. Because it's just, look, I know the probability of Mahomes and Kelce and Saquon, or you did say Travis Kelce right in the second one. I just think I'll go for the 1. And I love parlays. Nobody loves parlays more than me. But I think Devontae Smith, when you have A.J. Brown, is the perfect complement to that. And if McDuffie is falling around A.J. Brown, not that I think the Chiefs are awful in the back end, but that's where Devontae Smith's going to make hay. They're going to put him in the slot. Right? They may mix and match. They may see if McDuffie will invert and do all this stuff if A.J. Brown lines up with the 2 or in the slot. But I think Devontae Smith, and you look at the Chiefs, I don't think Hop's going to lead. I don't think Travis is going to lead. I don't. The one that scares me is Xavier Worthy and really Hollywood Brown. That may be the one we're not talking about because he hits a home run from 75 yards out or something. But I like Devontae Smith here. I think that's a good bet.
I like both these bets, to be honest. The thing about with the Devontae Smith is a lot of people don't know he does extremely well against the Chiefs. I mean, the 3 games he's played against the Chiefs, he's averaging 107 yards receiving. So I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised to see either way Devontae Smith. I'm interested to see the way the Chiefs are going to game plan against Devontae Smith. But I don't think it's a bad bet to bet with the best. And that's Patrick Mahomes, that's Travis Kelce, and that is Saquon Barkley. In a game like this, you expect those guys to perform at their max capability. So I wouldn't be surprised to see that 3-leg parlay hit.
Yeah, and in the chat, send us your best bet. What is your best Super Bowl bet? It can be a prop. It can be a basic one. In the chat, in the comments, send us your best bet. All right, let's get to the Booster Club, and let's get to some college football top plays.
All right, let's go to a $1.99 donation from The Shock. Appreciate it. He says, a lot of guys don't know this, but Devontae Smith has done extremely well against the Chiefs. I think he will, against the Chiefs, I think he will be the Eagles' secret weapon.
I wonder if somebody said that.
All right, let's go to a $2 donation from C-Dub. Appreciate it, guys. A lot of people, this guy isn't talking about right now is the offensive line for the Chiefs. I think they're much better than people give them credit for. There's a reason they got to where they are.
Well, and I think the problem is they're just being overshadowed by probably the best offensive line in the league in the Philadelphia Eagles. And again, I think, I think one of the things that the Chiefs do really well, when you have a quarterback like Patrick Mahomes that extends the play from inside and outside the pocket, they don't hold a lot when he gets outside the pocket because that's really hard on an offensive line. But yeah, look, the Chiefs, the run game hasn't been stellar, but from a pass pro standpoint, everybody knows Patrick Mahomes is the guy. They've done a pretty good job holding.
Look, Creed Humphrey's my favorite center in pro football.
I know. Boy, we had a great interview.
Fan of the show.
Yeah.
Let's go to Matthew Alexander Lima. It says Jalen Hurts likely scores the first touchdown versus the Eagles. If they get close enough, it'll be a tush push, not a handoff to Saquon Barkley. It somewhat makes you think, did that hurt Saquon's numbers this year?
Well, I mean, it doesn't help your numbers when the quarterback scores a lot of rushing touchdowns, just in general, but especially when you get to the one.
But the threat of him running may have opened Saquon up.
It may have, but like from an opportunity-wise, when you get to the 1 yard line and everybody knows they're going to push the quarterback in, well, the running back, how do you think Kareem Hunt scores all his touchdowns?
Yeah.
He's not hitting them from 50 out. The Chiefs get to the one, they're like, here, be Kareem Hunt. And he does.
It definitely hurt him in touchdowns more than yardage. Because if they're doing it, they're doing it from the one.
That's exactly right.
Let's go to a $2 donation from Riley. Appreciate it, Riley. All the pieces that the Chiefs have, and one y'all haven't talked about now, and he can hit big plays, that is Hollywood Brown. He's going to be a guy that shows out in the Super Bowl that nobody is talking about.
Just mentioned him. And a lot of people are going to be talking about Xavier Worthy like we are, but Hollywood, he's got the Liam Neeson very special set of skills. But these next plays we have, a lot of guys have special sets of skills. Coney, kind of set this up what we got here.
Yeah, look, this is the top college football plays from the 2024 season. Blaine, you pulled 9 plays for us, right? You're going to set these up, and then let's all vote on them and put them in the right order.
Yep, so at the end we will vote, and we will say 1 through 9, what we thought the top play with the best obviously being 1.
Yep, top 9 plays, and we get to do the order. And chat, feel free to send what you think in as well, where you think it should be. Go ahead and run that first play and see what pops up first and what we got. I think we know this one. All right, Georgia versus Alabama, 2 minutes and 31 seconds left. We live stream this game at Tuscaloosa. If you don't know what this play is, you're about to find out. Go ahead and run it.
Man familiar at the start of this game. He's got to have it right now.
Just throw it.
Just throw it. Ting, ting.
Oh, he looked at
him. Yeah. Boys, that's going to be hard not to be number 1 for me.
I'll never forget where I was.
I'm going to go. Yeah, we were in Innisfree, and you thought a bomb went off outside when that happened.
Not used to seeing Georgia's defense get 33 points scored against them.
God, that was a hell of a game.
Football game.
And I mean, in such a big moment, and Georgia had come all the way back after looking just
to take the lead
in the first half.
To take the lead, not just like got close. I mean, Alabama's now losing after dominating the first half to follow up with that play. I'll never forget that play.
That was such a cool moment.
What's next?
All right, let's go ahead and pull this next one up, guys. We got BYU versus Kansas State. Little special teams action.
Parker?
I love it.
I remember this one.
Talk about exciting whites. We talk about BYU. Go ahead and run it.
Parker Kingston.
Yeah. And they're in safe.
Doesn't it go by him on this one? Yeah.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Oh, disaster.
Look at that. Look at that.
Go one way. Okay. Okay.
Take it to the house.
Okay.
Take it to the house.
The wall's set up.
Now we believe.
You got to keep going. Hell, I want to throw up now. You've already run 200 yards.
Exciting white.
Man.
Yeah,
they absolutely rolled Kansas State.
Such a surprise.
Didn't he throw up after that play?
Yeah, he threw up after that play. Well, if you're going to throw up on a play, you need to throw up on that one. And there is a funny story that I don't know if you told on the show about you absolutely throwing up on the sidelines for an entire football game.
Yeah.
Coaching, not even playing.
When I was younger, it was the first game day we had, and I drank like 2 Red Bulls and threw like 45 dips in. I think I just dehydrated.
You said enough.
And it was the orange Red Bull, too. I was on the sidelines during the game just launching it while trying to call plays.
Yeah, it was tough. It was funny.
Dude, I swear, like I thought it was
football guy.
It was 1,000
football guy.
outside.
Football
It was
guy.
1,000 degrees on the
on a
field.
turf
Too.
field.
What's
All right,
next?
next play, we got
I
Baylor
remember
versus
this.
Colorado.
Oh, yeah.
2 seconds left on the clock. 3rd and 10. Fellas, I think we know what happens with the rest of this play. Go ahead and play it.
This was nuts. In the
let
rain.
The quarterback get outside.
I watched this live.
Look at this.
America!
Absolute launch. Hello.
Yeah.
Wow. Shedeur just made plays.
For all my Baylor fans out there, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Who caught that one? Was it the...
It's a Webster.
It was Webster, yeah.
Webster,
yeah. That, man, I remember watching that live, and it's just one of those plays where when he got the ball off, that's the thing. You know, when it's always, I swear, the plays on Hail Marys where they get hit right as the ball is leaving, and they always catch it.
Oh, it's caught.
It's like there's some karma in the universe. It's like, all right, you got it off. He's going to catch
that ball was more on a line.
It was.
Yeah. If anything, you're used to seeing that ball get a lot
that
of height,
lollipop
that Hail
ball.
Mary. That ball was
Which says to me it's even less lucky than a lot of Hail Marys.
True.
He saw an opportunity and took it.
Absolute dot. All right, let's go to the next one up here. Guys, we remember this play. Playoff action.
We live streamed this one.
0-0. Notre Dame on their 2-yard line. Go ahead and run it.
This one just ripped in.
Do you love it? Corner, please. No.
Here's the difference. Goodbye.
He's flying.
Wow. He's such a good back.
And the thing about this wasn't even, in my opinion, Jeremiah Love's best run.
No, his best run was a 2-yard run.
Yeah.
For a touchdown.
Broke 5 tackles.
With the knee brace.
But you can put a 2-yard run on here.
This is when you're like, because remember early in that game, this is only 5 minutes in, you're like, all right, Indiana's fighting them. And then you saw Jeremiah Love outrun their whole team. Like, against an elite defense, you're not running by them like that. Somebody is catching you. It's a big run. Congratulations. That's when I was like, oh, Indiana may really be in some trouble.
Yeah. What's next?
Trouble.
All right, guys, we got Colorado versus North Dakota State here in the Heisman winner.
I know where this is going.
Yeah. Oh, this is the catch by Travis?
Yeah.
How? I didn't even know how he caught it, like even in slow motion. Do they have the slow
don't understand.
Look at this.
How do you
make that
play? Know how? You just have incredibly huge and strong hands.
But also, even more than that, like your line of vision is so like disconnected from where the ball is, there's contact.
No, you're guessing 100%.
That's incredible.
Like and again, this is great coverage.
Yeah,
I'm the guy from North Dakota State.
Sucks.
If I'm in the film room as the DB coach, I'm like, look, just like in baseball with Greg Maddux, man, sometimes you got to tip your cap.
You do anything more, you're getting a flag.
That's exactly right, and probably jail time.
All right, let's get this next one, fellas. We know this one. 21-14, 4th and goal for the Texas Longhorns in the semifinal. And our boy, Jack Sawyer, your boy, Dave.
Yeah.
Go ahead and run it.
Not do or die.
All right.
The former roommate.
Yeah.
Worst roommate ever.
Roommate.
I'm good. Yeah, I definitely
that. Can we at least put forth some effort to make the block?
Run, fella.
Gone.
Run, big fella.
White.
Gone.
Exciting White.
Come on.
What a play, man.
You know how like I wouldn't know what to do with myself during that run.
Well,
I'd
it's
be
like
so jacked.
Well, it's like at what point, all right, you whip the tackle, you're going to hit the quarterback, you hit the quarterback, you see him fumble, it bounces back up to you perfectly. It's in your hands. How many steps after do you realize, oh my God, I'm about to run a fumble all the way back to cement us into the national championship game? Oh, I wonder if he ever thought, oh no, that's my old roommate. Like Quinn's going to be devastated. Do you think at first it was like super excitement and you're still excited, but then the 20-yard line, you're like, oh, Quinn's going to
if you want to transfer out and play us in the semifinal, you signed up for this.
That's exactly
I'm coming
right.
to get you.
I agree with that. Oh, here we go. A little Arizona State action. Shout out my boy Marcus Arroyo. Let's play it.
It's a toss.
This was the whole spark. This was the whole spark.
It's a low-key dot.
It's not a dot.
No, that's a low-key dot.
That's one of them accidental mistakes.
A spark that brought him back in.
Look, that's when it's like, no. Yes.
I give you all the credit in the world for it working, but in no part in practice were you like, hey, listen, I need you to underthrow this horribly. They're going to have it double covered, so I need you to underthrow it perfectly in between two defenders. But, guys, I mean, that one got him right back in it.
Yeah.
That one got him right back in it. And then, Texas, obviously, in overtime.
They needed
guys,
a 4th and 13.
Texas needed a 4th and 13.
4th and 13.
People forget that. That was absolutely
wide
insane.
Open. If you go back, that kid was wide open in the end zone. A little double move.
It's all out blitz.
That was absolutely insane.
What's next?
I know we had a lot of games towards the end of the season, but let's go back to the beginning where it all started. USC versus LSU. Yeah. Just watch this. As a receiver, man, this is just nasty. Can't teach this.
And it's still 0-0. Second quarter. Miller Moss, new Louisville quarterback. Please, God. Yeah. Actually, you know what? I'm going to have to move that one up.
I got to move some things around.
I got to move that one up.
How did you catch
Play it
that?
again. Play it one more time. I just got to see where I'm putting this.
Is this the catch of the year? Like, is that more impressive than Travis Hunter's to you?
I don't know because he had a clear line of sight.
I mean,
he sees it the whole
Do you?
way.
I mean, yeah, you see it.
That's Justin Jefferson.
That's just disgusting.
That is nasty.
It's just
that is nastiness.
All right, let's get to the last one of the group. And guys, I mean, it's hard to have a top 10 plays when this guy, or top 9 plays, excuse me, when this guy's not in it. Ashton Jeanty, the man who stands like Jason in the backfield. Let's go ahead and run this against Washington State.
Good.
Rush for God knows.
Not against Georgia Southern, thank God.
No, this dude's a freak. He's a freak.
Get off me.
Get off. Corner.
Get off.
Burst. Right here. Ting, 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 ting.
Skate.
Gone.
Lean, stiff arms. How does he score? Move your hand.
Bowling ball with spikes on it.
That guy's going to be an absolute freak in the league.
That can run. That can absolutely run. All right, y'all want me to give you where I ranked them?
I've got my ranking too. Hold on one second.
I'm going to tell. I'm going to go in order from 1 to 9.
Okay,
in mind. My top play, I got to go Ryan Williams for Alabama.
I got Ryan Williams number 1.
You got Ryan Williams. What about you, Blaine?
I have the Jack Sawyer scoop.
All right, so
I have that number 2.
Yeah, I have that number 2. So 2 out of 3. Ryan Williams 1. I've got Jack Sawyer 2.
I do.
You have Ryan Williams 2, Blaine?
I do.
Okay, so Jack Sawyer will be 2. 3, man, that USC catch, bro. Like I got to put that at 3. I got to put it in front of Travis.
I'm going to go with the Colorado Hail Mary at 3.
I moved it around. Originally, I had Parker Kingston at 3. Now I have the LSU catch at 3 and Parker Kingston's return at 4.
Okay, so 2 out of 3 on the USC touchdown. That'll be 3. At 4, I got the Travis.
It wasn't a touchdown though, right?
Or not
about the USC catch against LSU.
Yeah, sorry. At 4, I got Travis Hunter making that was a touchdown catch. What do you got at 4?
I've got the Parker Kingston return when it was like 98 yards after the ball.
Okay, what do you got?
Well, I would have the Colorado Hail Mary versus Baylor.
Okay, I'll say Colorado Hail Mary versus Baylor.
Okay.
Right. That's what I'll put there. All right, at 5, I put the Scatabo play against Texas in the playoff.
Yeah.
Had to have it coming back, but I could understand the Travis Hunter catch there. What do y'all got?
Well, I have the Scatabo play last on my list just because, like we said, it's an underthrown ball. I think that there were better plays, but just from how important the moment was that got them back in there, I could vote it up, but...
I'd probably go with the Travis Hunter catch.
Okay, we'll go with Travis Hunter catch there. All right, for 6, I put the Jeremiah Love run.
See, I think Jeanty's run and the punt return for BYU would be ahead of that because at some point, Jeanty broke more tackles, right?
He did.
At some point, Jeremiah Love's just like is faster than everybody else on defense and had to angle and...
So I'd probably go with Jeanty's run.
The Jeanty run? All right, let's go Jeanty run.
And that's number what?
6.
That was number 6.
Number 6.
So we have 3 more.
We have 3 more. So at 7, all right, I wrote down the Colorado Hail Mary, but we already put that up there.
Yeah,
correct,
this is where I had the BYU punt return.
Okay.
All right. Okay.
And I've had that up higher. So
I'm good with that. I'm good with that. All right, so the couple that we have left, all right, we have the Scatabo.
Scatabo, Jeremiah Love.
Scatabo and Jeremiah Love. I would put Scatabo's above Jeremiah Love.
Okay. I would.
Second round.
Mm-hmm. I put Jeremiah Love's ahead, so you can break the tie.
I'm going to put Scatabo's.
Okay.
Okay, so we'll have Jeremiah Love at 9. All great plays.
Let's say it off one more time for Justine back there.
All right, so.
Ryan Williams, catch number 1.
Ryan Williams, Jack Sawyer. All right, at 3, we had the USC catch. All right, at 4, Blaine, which one do we have?
The Hail Mary.
The Hail Mary. At 5, we had the
Travis Hunter catch.
The Travis Hunter catch. At 6, we had, was that the punt return?
Jeanty.
That was Jeanty. At 7 was the punt return.
Was BYU punt return.
Yep, and then Jeanty, or excuse me.
And then
it was
Scatabo.
Jeremiah Love.
There it is.
Already had it finished.
Wow. We agree on that. Great job back there, Justine. Great job. All right. There. We did it. Let's get to bets. And we'll get
Man, that was fun.
That was fun. I could watch great college football plays all day.
What a great season.
All right. Let's get to bets. Tonight, I think this line has already gone down, but I made it before the show, so kiss it. Kentucky going to Ole Miss. Some really great college hoops action this week and the weekend. But give me Kentucky. They found a way to bounce back. Every time you think something's not going to happen, it does. It's the yo-yo effect. It's the requiem of a team. Give me Kentucky +5 at -112. Then Florida. They're pissed about the way they played at Tennessee. Vandy's been a great story, right? Get a couple big wins at home. You beat Kentucky. You beat Tennessee. Well, you're going on the road to play Florida, and their 13 flavors of pissed. So give me the Gators -11.5. That's going up at -110.
All right, boys, I'm going to the NHL ice here. 2 home teams. I'm going to take the Capitals money line -110 hosting the Florida Panthers, and then I'm going to take the Winnipeg Jets at home +105 hosting the Hurricanes.
All right, 2-0 yesterday. Big shout out to William and Mary. A lot of more Williams on that court. End up winning by 20.
Yeah, I saw it. They ran them.
Hashtag in William and Mary we trust. All right, give me Purdue -6.5, -120, going on the road at Iowa, and VCU at home -18.5 against LaSalle. I think it's -114.
Yeah.
I think VCU is going
there's not a
to
fight
roll
in the
these
stands
kids.
in that game.
2-0 yesterday. Let's stay hot.
All right, Ace, what do you got? He's going to go Michigan State tonight. Some Big Ten basketball. +3.5 coming off a tough loss to USC. That's still weird for me to think USC's in the Big Ten. And then Arizona coming off a big win against Arizona State after Caleb Love hit that 60-foot shot to send him into OT against Iowa State, a game they won. He's taking them on the money line at +125. All right, Blake. All right, we got to fit it in a minute.
Nothing today. No, sir.
All right, let's go to donuts.
Not today. If you donated, guys, really appreciate it. Trust me, really appreciate it on this side. We're going to start off with a $2 donation from Alex. Appreciate it, Alex. Says Kupp should have gotten the 21 NFL MVP. Why only is it a QB award?
Well, it's just like, and again, it's hard to say this after a guy that played both ways won the Heisman, and neither one of the positions he played was quarterback. But I think, like most times with the Heisman, it is a quarterback award. It's just part of it, and I think it's always going to be that way.
All right, let's go to a $3 donation from Jimmy Knows. Appreciate it, guys. Question: why isn't Taylor Swift doing the halftime show?
Because I think we've all about had enough of it.
We talked about that the other day.
Yeah, I think we've just all, and it kind of shows a little favoritism that would only, I think, increase the amount of people that saying the refs cheat for the Chiefs.
Let's go to a $2 donation from Young Philly. Appreciate it. Says, guys, congratulations on not being racist anymore. I don't know if you saw, but the NFL will have not have the racist thing in the end zone for the Super Bowl.
Oh, the end racism? Yeah, because so many people decided not to be racist after they turned on the Super Bowl. It was like, wow.
Wait, so it worked? We ended it?
We ended it.
We
no way.
racist
Yes,
no more,
we ended racism.
Yes.
That's amazing. I'm so proud of us.
Yeah.
Let's go to a $5 donation from the CM. Appreciate it. Underrated Super Bowl bet worth putting big money on. Kendrick Lamar will bring out Drake during the Super Bowl halftime performance. Y'all boys can bank on it.
Is that a bet?
Can I take that bet?
Somebody knows whether that's happening or not.
Yeah.
So wouldn't that be a kind of a...
See, I always like the national anthem bet, too. That's one I need to talk to some people.
Let's go to a $5 donation from Jacob. Appreciate it, Jacob. Guys, how many times do you think Taylor Swift will be shown on camera during the Super Bowl?
What's the over-under? I know it was 5.5 for the AFC Championship.
Let's see.
It just depends on how Travis Kelce does. Like, if Travis Kelce catches a lot of passes, they're going to show Taylor Swift for the reaction. If Travis Kelce doesn't catch a lot of passes, you're not going to see her as much. So however many passes you think Travis Kelce is going to catch, that should determine whether you bet on the over-under on the Taylor Swift sightings during the Super Bowl.
Couple of them here. Taylor Swift appears on stage during the halftime show, +750. I don't think that's going to happen. Travis Kelce proposed to Taylor Swift on the field after the Super Bowl, +750, yes.
That's only +750?
-1,500, no. They announced their engagement, -125. Will the Super Bowl MVP mention Taylor Swift in his speech, +450, yes. Kelce to have a reception of 19 yards and at least 89 yards in the game. Oh, for 1989 +300, yes.
Oh, interesting.
Let's go to a $5 donation from USA Garrett. Appreciate it. He says, fellas, I don't know if you paid attention to this, but a lot of teams in Canada have been booing the national anthem. David, they probably should get off your lawn.
Oh, buddy, just wait for tomorrow. Nailed it.
Spicy.
All right, let's go to a $5 donation from Q's. Appreciate it, man. It says, we will give you Josh Allen and 3 first-round picks for Myles Garrett. Dallas Mavericks, probably.
Yeah. Okay, good. Curious. I thought maybe somebody had hijacked your account or had you kidnapped.
Let's go to a $5 donation from Mike Knows. Appreciate it. Says, guys, the Commanders need to come in and take Myles Garrett. You still have Jaden Daniels on his rookie contract.
Yeah.
There won't be a better time to do it than now.
That's a name that you're hearing a lot of. And, Myles Garrett, you talk about being happy with the team you're traded to. Like, could the Browns be just super douchebaggy, though? And, you control the trade. So, what if you're like, you know what? Man, the Patriots, what do they got? Why don't we send you there? I don't know, but Washington, I've heard Washington. I've heard the Bucks, right? I've heard the Lions. I've heard the Bills. The Falcons is another one like we talked about earlier. I mean, I think Atlanta, you want to talk about making a splash, that'd be good.
All right, last donation of the day, a $2 donation from Corey. Appreciate it, Corey. Says, Blaine Gabe Davis plays for the Jags. In the words of 21 Savage, it's a joke.
Yeah, no, it's, yeah.
Over the head. But thank y'all all for the donations. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, appreciate you guys. Got a great show for you tomorrow. We got some other cool content coming out as well. Make sure you check that out. And don't forget about our Super Bowl live stream. And go buy one of the new Crain & Company hats. They're super, super, super dope. All right, we'll catch y'all tomorrow, same time. And like the chances of me not enjoying seeing where Myles Garrett ends up, we're going.
You're due. Ooh, that was low-key nasty.
Gone. Yeah, that's a snag.